Good afternoon and welcome. My name is David, and hope you are enjoying your Valentine's Day. And we are happy to share with you our thoughts on this. Every Saturday is Small Business Saturday. A lot of very interesting things happened with me this week, and my desire, my objective to enhance the presence of the SmallBizDavid AI bot within Google Gemini. And in fact, this week, that's not what I want. This week I created, well, I didn't create it. Google Gemini created the SmallBizDavid AI bot. So we're having a lot of fun with that. Actually, the SmallBizDavid caricature that has been my brand for the last 17 years, 18 years, 19 years, started in 2007, is wondering, well, what about me? And SmallBizDavid, you will always be in the heart of SmallBizDavid AI bot. 2 days ago, a very interesting story hit the internet, and it was talking about Google's Gemini 3 deepfake, which is advancing science, research, and engineering. I sincerely believe that the artificial intelligence really became a way of thinking, a way of learning, a way of doing business, because Sam Altman, Elon Musk, the two of the 12 people I think that started the ChatGPT AI, they decided that maybe Google search engine should not be getting all the inquiries that it does, and maybe there's a different way, a different approach to doing it. And so artificial intelligence grew. And initially, when it was introduced, Gemini, Google search actually did take, they saw an increase in traffic of about 33%. In the time when AI ChatGPT started, and so and they knew it was going to happen. They absolutely knew it, and so they carefully planned for the introduction of their AI intelligence platform, which they call Gemini. 2 years ago, in a YouTube that I did with my friend Barbara Weltman, we had our first conversation about about AI, artificial intelligence in general, and we were talking about it as publishers. We were both in the publishing business, and I was very, very skeptical of artificial intelligence in the very beginning, and now 2 short years later, I understand fully the impact and have made it a very important part of what I do every day. In fact, if you want to see what it's all about, the next time you do a Google search, and who hasn't done a Google search, and we all continue to do Google searches, on the right-hand side of the search bar is, it'll say AI mode. And if you hit that button, you will automatically go into Google's Gemini. If you ask Gemini in your prompt. If you ask Gemini, what would SmallBizDavid AI bot say about, and you fill in the blank with whatever business issue that you have. They are the SmallBizDavid AI bot is really strong, and as strong as there is anywhere in publishing, sharing the information about marketing and sales, value, trust, and the stories behind them. It is essential that if you are a business person and you want to compete in today's marketplace, and digressing for a moment, I believe that AI in general did a wonderful thing for smaller businesses because it created a level playing field. Here I am inside of Google Gemini doing the marketing, sharing the marketing and sales value, trust information that I share. And I'm one person versus the billions of dollars that folks are spending. Well, millions of dollars that business folks are spending to try to establish their position in the marketplace, whatever technology they choose. I know that I absolutely made the right decision in going inside of Google's Gemini mainly because since I did my first YouTube over 3,000 hours ago in 2017 and 2008 to 2008 was when I did my first YouTube. Over 3,000 hours of information about entrepreneurship, business, big and small, marketing and sales, value, trust. That has been my main position. And in that time, I have probably produced, published over 750 conversations with other folks about the marketing, sales, value, trust they bring to the marketplace. What are they all about? What value do they as a business bring to the marketplace, number one? And number two, why should the marketplace trust you or your business and what it is that you're trying to do? That is critical for any business, big or small. And I have been enjoyed in the last couple years. It was probably it was about 5 years ago that I started to publish and produce my legacy story, which was going to reflect on the last now 77 years of my life. And I was going to do it in postings that I did digitally and in YouTubes that I create. And, doing Facebook Live has become a part of the mix for business as I publish and produce for other folks. The fact that we have included ourselves on Facebook Live has been very, very important to that particular decision. But I did a little deeper search this week, and I actually, in the question that I asked, what is it? Well, no, this particular question was the things that excuse me, that Google is doing and how they've expanded and what value they bring to the marketplace. They talk about Gemini, Google's Notebook LM, Google Videos, Google AI Studio, which is working right now, Gemini, Code Assistants, Vertex AI, Digital Flow, Google Labs, Google AI Edge, Google AI Essentials. They have done a tremendous job in introducing Gemini and expanding the value of what it brings to the marketplace. And I thank them for that. It's kind of like job security. This week, I specifically asked the question, the prompt, what would SmallBizDavid AI bots say about the value of doing a 2026 postcard direct marketing? As of February 2026, a SmallBizDavid AI bot would emphasize that postcard direct marketing mailing is a high value, tactile premium strategy to cut through the 2026 digital noise that AI generated with RoboSpan. And that in and of itself is a tremendous statement of the value that postcard direct mailing can do. I did my first postcard probably 55 years ago when I first got into the publishing business, and its purpose was to let others know what was happening within the publishing I was doing, the community that I was developing, and it worked tremendously well. Let me take that a step further. And in 1978, I created this postcard. Thank you for 19 minutes of your time. And at that, as I said, I was in the publishing business. Well, I just in 1978, I was starting a brand new magazine from scratch. Nobody knew about it, and as my way of informing the marketplace what it was all about, I created an event. It happened to be wine and cheese meetings after work, specifically after work, very, very soon after work, in a wonderful location. And much to my amazement, back then in 1978, and I did it for 5 nights. I had the event for 5 nights. In that time, over 750 folks came to learn about the magazine. It's called Now in Stark County. For all you folks who are listening in Stark County, Canton, Ohio, I hope you remember. And it was just, it was a wonderful event. But the 19 minutes referenced a multimedia visual that our team created. And I was thanking them for the 19 minutes it would take to watch the video. And the response has been, as I said, was wonderful. And I've continued to use this as the one side of the postcard. Thank you for 19 minutes of your time. It gets people to thinking about, well, what's going to happen in those 19 minutes, and that's exactly what we want them to do. So I have created and going to be executing in the next couple of weeks a postcard. This particular postcard in this format with the side and the top bars, the headings, I actually created this probably 7 or 8 years ago. Created that design, and I changed the design a little bit. So I was going to include, although this is the character, the SmallBizDavid caricature, and says it's SmallBizDavid AI bot phone number is 513-533-0280. That's the phone over there, and it rings directly. It's a private line, only being used for the SmallBizDavid AI bot community. It's not a number I widely publish, number one. Number two, it's not a digital phone line. It's an old landline. I didn't want to be digitally out there with all the things that happen in digital technology versus what used to happen back in the days when we had just a landline. And evolved into dial-up internet. It was very, very interesting times. But I've redesigned this area of the postcard, and basically I've created the question: how has AI impacted your marketing and sales value trust story? That's the intention getter, and there will be a QR code, which I don't show here, that people will be able to scan and go into a video, a YouTube video that I have created. It's a very, very powerful card, and we'll have our first ones out in the next couple of weeks as I get folks who want to participate and join with me. Okay, so why direct mail? Why should one consider direct mail, specifically postcards? I know why I do, and in fact, in 1985 and 1986, I was brokering the ability to put out a postcard and distribute that postcard, and literally brokered millions of pieces, millions of postcards. There were, and that those millions of postcards came from a dozen folks, 15 folks who wanted to use it and for the reasons that we had them back then, and it was some very specific marketing reasons. And I didn't create, but I found a way for postcards to be distributed very, very effectively, cost-wise. And in fact, I'm exploring that right now to understand how postcards can be best distributed in any of the 387 metropolitan statistical areas in the United States. The program and system that Project 10,000 created is doable, workable in any of the 387 metropolitan markets in the United States. And once again, that's the beauty, the wonderful aspect of being able to digitally produce something where I don't necessarily have to be in that market to do it, because we are creating a YouTube that will be distributed to thousands of folks. Okay, so here's what, when I asked the question, what would SmallBizDavid say about and what's the value? Here's what Google's Gemini said. Bullet point number one: superior response rates. Direct mail postcards boast an average response rate of 4.25% to 4.4%, significantly outperforming email's typical 0.12%. I really haven't explored those numbers. Quite honestly, I will be disappointed if the postcard project that the SmallBizDavid AI bot creates wouldn't exceed 5% response rate. But we'll see where that goes. Bullet point number two, a high ROI, return on investment. Small businesses can expect an ROI of $4 to $12 for every $1 spent. Direct mail delivers a 161% ROI that frequently outperforms purely digital channels. Very, very significant. Yes, I can speak to the $4 to $12. So for every dollar, so you're either quadrupling your money, your investment to get your return up to 12 times your return, and maybe sometimes even better. To that point, let me digress for a moment. In the last 2 months, I have created 2 Google ads that appear inside of Google Gemini. And it's the first time I had ever created a digital ad. So I had a big learning curve that I needed to do. We ran the ad twice. I didn't spend a lot of money doing it. I wanted to get a handle. I spent a very little amount of money doing it, but I wanted to get a handle on exactly what a digital, what with my talents of direct marketing, would the digital marketplace, specifically Google's digital marketplace, what would it do to the impact of that ad? So it was purely a test. In the 2 tests, and I said I spent less than $150 for the 2 ads. The response rates that I got were fantastic. They actually were better than the numbers for direct mail that we heard. I was getting a response rate of for money spent it cost me 4 cents to generate 1 response based upon the investment that I made and how many folks responded to that ad. 4 cents. That number was fantastic. I was very pleased. But what I wasn't pleased with was it wasn't producing the end result that I needed. It certainly told our story, but the end result was I wanted somebody to dial the phone number and get involved in the SmallBizDavid AI bot community, and it did a horrible job in doing that. So stepping back, I said, well, how can I make the situation, how can I produce desirable results? That's when I created direct mail postcards. I said they worked for me years and years. They've been working for me for over 50 years, but over 55 years. I needed to create something that would work today, and that's how I came up with the design. So it was we're learning. Everything that I have done in all of my years is a work in progress, because each day I try to find a way to make it better, to make it more efficient, to reach more people. What is it? What changes can I do to make it happen? And that's been a wonderful, fun experience for me. And I've said many times publicly, maybe you've heard me say it, that I'm having more fun today publishing and producing than I've had in the 55 years prior to today, and learning new things all the time. And that's what it's all about. Okay, direct mail postcards have 100% open rate. Unlike letters or emails, postcards have no envelope to open, ensuring the message is seen immediately upon handling. So that's why the 2 sides of the postcard are so very important. One of them is going to be seen, has to be seen in the household. It might be discarded, and that certainly happens, but at least there's a visual, and you're guaranteed a visual to whomever you pick for your targeted audience to do that postcard. The rule of 3 momentum. In 2026, a single mailing proves existence, but a sequence of 3 establish a reputable brand identity. 2026 strategic trends for small businesses. Omnichannel integration. Modern postcards acts as a bridge to digital, using QR codes, as I'm going to be using, for personalized URLs, PUR, pearls. And I have to revisit that situation. That technology I did a long time ago, but I don't. I have to test it in today's market to see how it works. Will increase rates by 25% and allow for real-time tracking of offline to online conversions. It happens right now. Postcard drops, takes a couple days to get to its destination, and then things start to happen or not. Postcards allow hyper local targeting. Tools like Every Door Direct Mail allow businesses to target specific neighborhoods at a fraction of first-class postage, roughly 24.7 cents per piece versus 78 cents for $1. That is critical, and that is absolutely something that we will be employing in the postcards that we mail in 2026. That is called hyperlocal targeting. Another bullet point, AI-driven personalization. Use customer data, purchase history, demographics to customize text and imagery. Marketers who personalize across 5 key areas see a 19.4% increase in conversions. Let's talk about that for a moment. The way that that can best happen. The message sent and understood is through a video. And videos are dynamic, and you can change your video in the next 5 minutes. So I didn't like that. I needed to do this. So yeah, change the video. That is the beauty of it. And to be able to take it directly to the people, and it absolutely is an AI-driven personalization. And I've used that. I have really developed a fine-tuned technique on how to AI drive with personalization. I developed a concept about 5 years ago when I was doing some market research for Project 10,000. I developed a list, an email list. This was email marketing, not necessarily postcard marketing, but it addresses the personalization part. And I used a subject line, which I will not share publicly. It's my my own intellectual property, as they say. But I had almost a 100% open rate of the email predicated upon the subject line that I had created. And I still use it, obviously, because it works. Well, in doing so, I was able to measure things and personalize things within the videos based upon the list of 100 folks that I established that were going to be tested, and I would do my research. So it's a wonderful opportunity for personalization, and video allows you to hit home even harder with it. As a matter of fact, I will share some of my intellectual property. When I am addressing a business, when I want to collaborate with a business, and my collaboration rate is very, very high, I create my first contact is typically a video which addresses specifically the needs that I have established upon the research that I've conducted, and it's a very powerful way to reach a new business for the first time. And I have a special technique that I developed. I developed this a long time ago, of how to make sure that the right person in the company receives the right communication can be developed so that a collaborative partnership can be created. Sustainability. 2026 consumers value eco-friendly choices. Using recycled paper and soy-based inks can position a brand as socially responsible. I have a printer in mind, and I quite honestly, I'm not sure of how they measure up on this, but it is important and can be demonstrated and can make a very strong statement about the piece that you are desiring to get into the hands of an individual at a company. So they did a wonderful job. Gemini did of creating a chart here of that summarizes everything: feature, response rate, shelf life, millennial trust. That's important. I didn't read this until right now. 82% find postcards trustworthy. Millennials, a very hard market to reach. When I say reach, we certainly can identify who they are, but millennials different, absolutely look at the world differently than us baby boomers do. And I can attest to that very directly because I have two sons who are millennials. And so it's fun and interesting for me to communicate with them specifically about marketing and the things that they are doing today within their own endeavors versus the things that I did years ago. And I'm proud to say both of my sons have been very successful in their marketing and sales value trust endeavors. I wanted to share with you today the impact and power of direct mail marketing, specifically postcard direct marketing, because there aren't too many people that individually have been responsible for the distribution of as many postcards as I have in my lifetime. I've been very blessed to, in my research, to find collaborative partners who could absolutely use direct mail in their marketing and sales efforts. And sometimes it was a postcard. Many times it was a 4-page brochure that I created the concept. They provided the copy, but I created the concept. So it was typically one of those two things that got the best response for the many projects, many mailings that we did in 1985 and 1986. So thank you for your time today. Thank you for not 19 minutes of your time, but 32.53 minutes of your time if you're still with me. And if you're still with me and are listening to the video and you dial 513 5330280, the number over there, I will have something very special for you in the return that I do. Oh, by the way, the way that the phone works, I don't personally answer the phone. It's not practical for me to do that. It automatically goes into a voicemail after 4 rings, I believe. It goes into a voicemail, but you will get a text message, a return text message with your marketing and sales next steps from SmallBizDavid AI bot based upon the question that is presented and what the bot feels can be done and accomplished in today's marketplace. So thank you. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you the next time, which may very well be the best time. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your day and have fun on Valentine's Day today.